Hi. So, I've recently watched this tag video called the K-pop story tag. I watched it off of Shower 360's channel. Definitely subscribe to her. I really like her videos. She's a really nice person. So the link will be in the description if you want to subscribe to her. Definitely do it, guys. It's 7 questions. I'll try to make this not really long. We'll see. We never know, because sometimes I go off, but on a tangent. But I'll try to keep it focused. All right. Okay. So I'm also do the idea of the little notebook, so I can kind of have it as a guideline of what I'm going to talk about. So question number 1 is, what year did you get into K-pop? The year I got into K-pop was 2011, and you're probably seeing G and you're like, huh? Well, I first saw the SNSD music video in 2011 because it was on Comcast on demand. They had K-pop, and that was the year that I really fell in love with K-pop. As you can see, you see Sistar So Cool, Brown Eyed Girls, Abracadabra. That's another old one, but I didn't learn about it until 2011. The Boys by SNSD, FX Hot Summer, Wonder Girls Be My Baby. Those are some of the songs. And Sistar, Girls' Generation, and Wonder Girls. First 3 K-pops. Those are I guess my first haul, of K-pop CDs. Brown Eyed Girls Sound G was my first K-pop CD I ever bought. Way back in 2011. FX Hot Summer was another song, and I just was so wow, this music is so good. And I showed my parents. They watched G. My dad became a big fan of Hot Summer by FX, and we listened to it a lot. Definitely listened to Wonder Girls Be My Baby a lot, and So Cool. I know there's a lot of other stuff that came out in 2011, like 21, I'm the Best, all of that good stuff. And just a lot of other stuff, but this is the main stuff that really got me hooked on the K-pop. And yeah, so that is the year I got into K-pop. Okay, and then next off, question number 2. How were you introduced to K-pop? So basically I was introduced to K-pop because after 4th grade, I took a trip with my parents to Korea. At that time, I did not listen to K-pop. I did not know about K-pop, and I was just like, whatever. Because we were going to Korea because it was on an adoptees program, and yeah. And then it took a few years afterwards. I don't know what year, but I listened to American pop music, and I was kind of thinking back on the Korea trip when I was a little bit older, and I was like, I wonder if I could look up on the internet Korean pop music. So I did on YouTube, and the first thing I saw was Davichi's Love and War, and I was like, whoa, this is really catchy. I had no idea what they're saying. Obviously, I still don't know what they're saying half the time, and I just was like, wow, this is really cool. So I listened to it a few times, and then in the suggestions part was SHINee's Replay, and I was like, whoa, a boy band. I was like, whoa, this is really cool. And it had kind of that R&B kind of feel to me, kind of boy band R&B. And I really like R&B music in general, so I really felt for the song. And then I think Wonder Girls Tell Me was in the description, was in the recommendations, and I was like, ooh, a girl band. So these are my first 2 boy group and girl groups. This is the first K-pop song though. And then I just found Lollipop by 21 and Big Bang, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. It was the first time I got introduced to the crazy colors and costumes and all that. And I also saw the Big Bang, We Belong Together, and at the time I was kind of just whoa. I didn't know it was T.O.P. at the time, but I was like, whoa, he is really attractive. I looked it up afterwards, and I watched the video, and I was trying to figure out, and I was like, okay, so that's T.O.P. That's T.O.P. So that's the first basic stuff of what I got into for K-pop. all it is. And then we're gonna move on to question 4, which is, ooh, did I go in the wrong order? Question 3. Sorry, my bad. What was the first K-pop song you ever heard? As I said before, my first K-pop song I ever heard was Davichi's In Love and War featuring Haha. That's the first music video as well. I thought it was really catchy, and I like downloaded it off the computer and listened to it on my iPod. I was like, whoa, this is really cool. I like told my parents about it too, but at the time they were kind of just like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. And they didn't really care. And yeah, I don't really have a big story on that. It was just like catchy, fun song, and I liked the music video. And I was like, yeah, I like this. This is cute. This is catchy. So, not like a super exciting story about the first K-pop song, but it still holds a special place in my heart. You definitely. Number 4 is, what was the first MV you saw? Davichi, Love and War. Davichi, you did a lot first stuff for me. Thank you, girls. Then Shiny's Replay and Wonder Girls Tell Me. And watching the Shiny video, I was kind of like analyzing them too, because I'd never seen like some guys look so freaking attractive and like handsome, and I was just like, whoa, whoa. And Jonghyun, even though I did not know what a bias was back in the day, but Jonghyun, he took the cake. I was like, ooh, I think that's my favorite. I was like, yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. I didn't know his name. All I knew is that when I watched that video, I was looking at him. I was like, yes, that is my favorite. And lo and behold, he is still my bias to this day. No matter how many people, Q or the other one, Minho, try to be a bias wrecker. That ain't happening. So, yes. Question number 5 is list 5 groups or solo artists that you listen to when getting into K-pop. I couldn't do 5. I did 6 because at the last minute I forgot one. So I put it at the, like, there, right there. Definitely Wonder Girls. I listened to them since after I found Tell Me, and I was like, ooh, Wonder Girls, love it. U-Kiss, first boy group CD I ever bought, and I had no idea who U-Kiss was. It was when they released Neverland, and I was like, wow, this is cute, this is cool, I like it. And I listened to the music on iTunes, and I was like, no, I have to buy the CD, so I bought it. Sistar, for sure, is another group that really got me when I listened to a lot in the beginning. At first, I really didn't like the music, but then, I don't know, something just changed in me, and I was like, whoa, Sistar. So I had to buy the album for Christmas. Tiara, this album, the absolute first album, that was that was like the first K-pop album I listened to, like, all the way through. Like, when I was discovering it, I found it a little bit later than Wonder Girls and Shiny and stuff, but that was the first album I listened to, and I thought it was really good, and later on I ended up buying it. 21, another group that I listened to a lot when I was getting into K-pop, because they had like Fire, I Don't Care, Can't Nobody, like they had a lot of good stuff, and they were like really crazy costumes, so I was like, wow, I really liked it, because the visuals were just all that. OG K-pop groups. Original Gangsta, not really, but to me, they're the OG K-pop groups that I listen to. And then After School as well. That like really solidified that, oh my gosh, I think K-pop is going to be a little more than just a like. It's an obsession. Yes. Question number 6 is, name the artist, that group / solo artist that made you love K-pop. And I put Brown Eyed Girls because of their song Abracadabra. If I had never listened to that album or never saw the unboxing of it way back in the day, I would have never bought any K-pop albums, and I would have just been like, whatever. But this is the first K-pop album I ever bought, as I said before, Sound G. Fun fact, I have a friend on Twitter whose name is JD Loves. He's biased to Seokjin from BTS, Kyungsu, and someone else. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But I watched he used to have this YouTube channel And he unboxed this album, and that was like, I like really liked watching his unboxings, and I that's the reason I kind of bought this as well, not just for the songs, but because I saw his unboxing. You, yes. And then of course, after I watched Girls' Generation's G on demand Comcast, that definitely was a mind blower for me, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should look more into K-pop groups. So thank you, Girls' Generation and Brownie Girls. But I will admit that in 2011, in like the early years when I like really started getting obsessed, Girls' Generation was far from my favorite group. I was like, I don't know, the song is catchy, but that's about it. But now they're my favorite girl group of all time. That's just a fun fact. And the last question is, why do you love K-pop? And this one is going to be the longest answer, the most personal answer, for various reasons. And if you don't know, now you know. That was so corny. But basically, why I love K-pop so much, I am Korean. I was born in Seoul, Korea, May 25th, 1996. Yes, so it says Hanguk 사람이에요, which means like I'm a Korean. Um, but the reason like I don't know Korean all that well and I live in America now is because I am adopted, and I was adopted by some white parents that I love so much because they're so supportive, and they listen to K-pop because of me, and they like K-pop because of me. Just recently, like after we finished eating dinner, we sat down in the living room. I turned on the Wii to YouTube like we usually do, and we watched some K-pop videos. Like that's like a daily thing. Like I'm just like after dinner videos, I'm like, okay, and then I show them some K-pop videos, either that's been released or that's kind of old but still slamming. And definitely, and they made me go to Korean school when I was a kid because they wanted me to learn more about the Korean culture, which I'm not even gonna lie, when I was a kid I hated going to Korean school. It was all the way in Sacramento. It was like over an hour away from where I live, and I was just like, can't do it. But I'm glad that they made me do it. If it wasn't for the Korean school, I probably wouldn't have gone to Korea in 4th grade with them. And I probably, if it wasn't for this and just all of that early embrace of the culture, I wouldn't have probably listened to K-pop or felt the urge to look up Korean pop music on YouTube. And if it wasn't, I live in California, West Side, yeah. Uh, and I always have had a love for music. Like, that is just me. Like, when I was 6, I begged my mom to pay me or to have violin lessons. And basically ever since, because I kind of found out early on that I could like do music because I had a toy keyboard and I was able to like figure out the songs just by listening to them, like simple Christmas carols and stuff. And so I was like, I don't know why it was the violin. I think I saw someone playing and I was like, whoop, I want to try it. So I stuck with it till 4th grade. Then I did band in elementary school on the flute. Got bored of that. And I switched to clarinet in 5th grade. Got bored of that eventually too. 6th grade, I went to the oboe in middle school. I've been playing oboe ever since 6th grade. I still played in college. I think it was also in the beginning of 6th grade. I think so. Either 6th or 7th that I also started learning piano. I still play piano. I love piano. I also, I learned to play so many instruments like violin, flute, recorder, clarinet, English horn, oboe, piano, tried guitar, and Korean traditional drums. And so definitely I love K-pop for the music aspect because they do put a lot of creativity and a lot of musical aspects into a lot of K-pop songs that I just really enjoy listening to it. And K-pop, another reason why I love it so much is it definitely inspired me to actually start learning Korean in college. Yes, that was one of the reasons why I chose to go to San Diego State University, because it teaches Korean and I really wanted to learn, because there is at times that I see like Korean people just like anywhere. It could be here, San Diego, wherever, and they're just speaking in Korean, and I'm just like, I wish I could speak Korean fluently too. Like, this is gonna sound so bad, but I'm gonna say it anyway before I get on to the last part. There is sometimes that I'm thankful that I was adopted, because obviously I was adopted for a reason. My birth mother could not take care of me if she tried to, because she'd be a single parent living in Korea. And back in that time, it really wasn't looked highly upon. She came from a poor family, alcoholic father, and she met my biological father, and she thought that she really loved him, that he really loved her. But after like she got pregnant, he left. He was like, no, I'm not dealing with it. And she was only 18 and definitely couldn't take care of a baby by herself with like no parent support or family support in general. So she put me up for adoption, and that's why I have such a way better life now. There is sometimes though that I do think that if it had been a little better of circumstances that I had never been adopted, I would have grown up and lived my whole life in Korea. But probably even then I wouldn't really have gotten into K-pop. So thank you for making the right choice. As hard as it was to put me up for adoption and give me a better life, and for kind of beginning the inspiration to fall in love with Korean culture, Korean pop music, and it's definitely influenced my life in so many ways. I'm not crying. I almost did though. And the last reason I love K-pop is because I met the man of my dreams, the husband of my dreams. Like, in my mind, we're married. In real life, no, I exist. Kim Myung-soo. L. Myung-soo of Infinite, my ultimate bias. I love him. Definitely another reason why I love K-pop. Self-explanatory. Because it's your ultimate bias, so obviously. Ain't no need to explain why the ultimate bias is the reason you love K-pop. Alright, so, yeah. I said I was going to make this video not that long. Hey, it's under 20 minutes, so. I don't know if that's long or not, but that was the video. If you want to like do the tag, you can like leave a comment or do a video response, or like leave the link to the video in the comments. I don't know. I would definitely love to hear your stories. So I will see you guys later. Again, I got the questions off of Shao360, channel link in the description. Go subscribe to her. I love her videos so much. She keeps it real, and I'll see you guys later. That one part was real emotional. I don't usually get emotional in my videos, like sad emotional, but yes, so